Believe it or not, my original plan for this week's video is I was thinking about making a flatbread, going to the store and getting like a bunch of ingredients, and then, not sure if you can see that out there, it snowed and is still snowing for, I think, what is it? How many inches did we get?
6.5 inches.
6.5. Chill. So I cannot go to the store today. That is not a realistic thing. So as much as I wanted this to be fun and fresh and different, we're just gonna be making what I like to call apple nachos, which is code for the same yogurt dip that I make all the time, which is with apples and presented differently. And I'm gonna need you to meet me where I'm at right now, and this is just what I have. I get to go visit my friends. I leave on Thursday and I get back on Monday, and then I start school Monday. So I'll be gone on the Sunday that I usually upload, so I need to have something to upload while I'm away. That's my mental framework. So here's what you need. You got your yogurt. Okay, this is not Faye, but it's cheaper. It's going to mix up the juice away from yourself, like so, into your bowl. I'm finishing the tub. That's how you know it's a good day. Get every last dollar. Basically all you need, you're gonna add some vanilla. This is the vanilla that we have. It's the Mexican blend, it's the best kind. You're gonna add just a little capful. I don't think vanilla is one of those things that you're supposed to really measure. I'll just do that much, I don't know. And then for our Jello mix that we're using to thicken it up, you guys have the vibes by now, I'm gonna do vanilla. I don't know how much of this we have left, actually. I think I'm just gonna do the rest of it. This gets it a little bit thicker. You can use whatever kind you want. My favorite two are pistachio and butterscotch. And then you get a little trash can. I like to add a little bit of salt because I'm a freak. You don't have to do that. I just have a problem. And then what we're gonna do is I have 2 apples here. These are Gala. Honeycrisp is the right answer, but not in this economy. I'm kind of going out of order because here's my mental dilemma. I don't know if I want to mix it into the yogurt though, because then you don't get the nachos, because you think of nachos and it's like spread on top. I don't really have anything to spread on top. This is more of an assembly. But I feel like it would be more evenly dispersed in the dip. So I think I might just do that, and then just, you know that it's there. You know it's there. You clicked on this, you know it's there. One of my 2025 resolutions is to get sponsored by Teddy's, by the way. So please tag them. Tag them in the comments. I already DM'd them and they ignored me. That's okay. There's always room for change, okay? I'm just gonna get a good bit. Drizzle that in there. Ooh, so it's like peanut buttery. You gotta get super chunkies, especially for like a dip like this, because the chunks add to it. What a funny word, dude. Always store your chunky peanut butter or whatever peanut butter upside down, assuming it's natural, so the oils, it does a little oil treatment for you in its hair. So we're gonna add a little bit of cinnamon to the dip to get in there, and then we're gonna put some on top. So our dip, done. You can, if this was like, maybe if you didn't add the Jello mix, it might be more drizzly, that you could drizzle on top, but I'm gonna put this as our centerpiece. This is our, what is that word, Mom? The centerpiece, it's not Capricorn, the Thanksgiving table. Cornucopia. This is our cornucopia. That was good. And now we're gonna presentate. So you get your plate. I'm using 2 apples so I can fill the space up. I could use the slicer. It's in the dishwasher, and I hope you know that it's taking all of my power not to just use it dirty. And that is growth. Apple number 1, done. Apple number 2. So we're prolonging our doctor visits by 2 days, as the saying goes. We're not prolonging, avoiding. Whoops. Please don't prolong your doctor visits for me. I'm recognizing you can't really see what's going on, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. And this is where we can get fun. We can get fun and fresh, because the thinner that you cut your apples up, the more slices we're gonna have that we can make it look like a flower. You see the vision? Oh, you see the vision, I know you do. Usually I just eat the apples in the dip and that's it, but this is fun and it's fresh and it's different. We need more playfulness in this damn world right now. Eat a little bit as you go, because are you even cooking if you don't do that? Some of these are not gonna be even, but we knew that. And what's great about having realistic expectations is I don't get disappointed. It's really just such a healing thing, guys. Or leave the small ones for on top. Get your big ones on the bottom. Okay. Add some cinnamon to the first layer. Boom, boom. And then you're gonna stack it again. A little lotus. I don't actually know what a lotus flower even looks like, so don't even quote me on that. I'm recognizing also I'm gonna have way more dip than we're gonna know what to do with. It's all going to the same place. You know what I'm saying? This piece bothers me because it's not complete. It doesn't have a hat. Do you see that? That already is so amazing. Yeah, I'm having way too much dip. That's okay. So now you put your dip in the middle. This is so cute. I might kind of separate it out a little bit so we have more room. Look at that, dude. I'm just gonna eat the rest of this on the side. We're gonna cover all of it now with some more cinnamon and then top all of it off with a little bit of honey. And you could use granola if you have any. I don't have any granola, so this would be a good granola opportunity. But look, apple nachos. This is your finished product. Look at that. Do you see how pretty that is? You got your dip in the middle with the apple. Oh. So now we can get into this conversation. I'm bringing you upstairs. Beautiful apple flower. Look at that. Chat and hang out because I need to take a deep breath. There we go. How cute is that? I have so much to talk to you guys about and so much to update you on just my life, on goals changing, on things that I have learned and realized and hairs that I have shedded. I guess we should try this. You guys are like, hello, is it good? Like what? I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah. Cheers. So good. I promise I'll make some kind of flatbread another time. This just also doesn't go bad or cold while I yap because you guys know that I will be yapping. I have learned so much about myself already it feels like just the past 6 days. I've identified so many limiting beliefs and I feel such a compulsion to share them and just talk and update you guys. So I figured we would kind of hang out with that. Grab a snack, cover the tile on the stairs, and let's eat. Make this, and then we can eat apples together. How cute is that? In regard to lifestyle things, one intention I'm really setting this year is truly living in accordance for what I want and enjoying myself. I've learned that I get in this negative thought pattern of just being so focused on getting to the next thing that I'm not sitting for a moment and enjoying the process of that. And a bit of me feels imposter syndrome or a little fraudulent in that as well because I preach the importance of gratitude and it is absolutely something that I implement in my days. But I still struggle with it. Want to really focus on enjoying my time and I've recognized a lot of that comes with having particular goals. So I've been journaling a lot, I've been reading a lot. Y'all, I'm already, first of all, one of the books that I was reading this morning is called Get Out of Your Own Way. I have Mary Oliver's Devotions that I'm already over 100 pages in. And I started it like 3 days ago. Amazing. I love poetry. I love reading. I do. It just has to be about the right things. Like self-improvement, I love it. With fiction, I love it. Leave some book recommendations. I have read Atomic Habits. I've read The Four Agreements. I really want to read Untethered, I think is what it's called. I asked for that for Christmas last year and I never got it. So let me know if that's good. If you guys know Victoria Bulkowski, I think is how you say your last name, she posted on her Instagram story that one of her resolutions was to not focus so much on time and to always feel like you're behind. And I resonate so deeply with that because my life feels like it's ruled by time. Just not having enough of it. I'll wake up and it's automatically, okay, what time is it and what does this mean about the rest of my day? I know that time is a man-made construct and I know that it doesn't matter, but it causes me to panic and rush. And I think a lot of that also removes some of the joy in life because I'm rushing so much to make sure that I get everything completed in my day, that I don't have moments of recognizing all that I have. And I've been more intentional about really, for even when I'm like noticing myself shifting from calls to calls or from one thing to another, taking moments, especially like on the car ride home from things, I don't listen to any music, and just being. So much of our lives is just these in-between moments. And if I'm constantly running around, I don't get to appreciate those and then they're wasted. I mean, they're experienced, but not to the level that I want to experience them at and that I deserve to experience them at, that high standard that I set for myself to enjoy my time. I have so many limiting beliefs that I'm learning. When it comes to content, if one of my podcast episodes is not longer than like 25 minutes, I don't want to post it because I'm like, this isn't a podcast. This is just too short of a yap session. That's not true. And the irony is, especially with fitness advice, I would tell anybody that some movement is better than nothing, right? So quality over quantity every single time, but it's so much harder to take your own advice for that. Even with my YouTube, I love filming long vlogs. I love watching long vlogs. And sometimes my weeks, maybe that my vlogs aren't that long or cause me a little bit of stress over what my videos are going to be because I'm like, well, they have to be over like 45 minutes. And then I start to get anxious over things that I enjoy and I don't want that dynamic to be created. So I'm trying to preemptively really start practicing spontaneity, relieving or releasing myself from such high expectations. Not that I don't have high expectations, but trying different things to find different ones. I have noticed I only film in particular spots. I only think that I can film things that are in relation to like food, or sometimes I was talking in therapy today. I'm so excited and I have so many thoughts up in my brain that I get intimidated to film, and I will film like 40 versions of the same thing because I'm like, no, but I should have said this one more sentence, or I shouldn't have said that one part, or I don't like how I opened that. Or I think a lot of that is care because I just care so much about it and I want it to be received by as many people, not because I want attention, but because I think that a lot of my perspectives, I hope, help people, and I want to help as many people as I can, but that puts so much pressure on things being perfect and then I just end up doing nothing. That's the irony, is I won't post things because I'm like, this must have not been a good day for filming, I'll just do it tomorrow. Or I can take imperfect action now. That is advice that I would give to somebody else, and I'm really tuning in this year on taking that advice myself and not waiting to feel like I have the perfect mood or perfect idea or perfect length of a video or perfect video itself to upload. And quality means a lot to me. I'm not saying that I'm diminishing my quality at all, but I'm just saying getting more comfortable with being more, I guess, authentic, but that sounds like I'm like not, I try my best to be authentic, but I think I get so wrapped up in doing it correctly that it keeps me very stagnant. I also think I'm probably just gonna use these apples to eat the dip and then eat the apples separately because I just love the dip. Makeshift spoon, you know what I'm saying? Through journaling so much, I've really been able to identify just so many things that I don't want to be ruled by anymore. Needing to always have the best analogies. That's a standard that I have set on myself. But without checking in with yourself, sometimes I feel like I can only be that. And I'm really trying to, I don't want to say take my power back because that sounds so like, girl, it's about videos. Like, it doesn't matter. Follow things that I love. I don't mean for this to come across as stingy or anything, but I think it might be interesting to hear about the way that monetization works on TikTok. If your videos are over a minute long, then you can receive pay for them. But if they're under a minute, they don't qualify for the creator fund. So you don't monetize off of that. I don't post videos to make money. I never started a TikTok in hopes of it being a career or anything like that, and I don't see it as my like full-time career sort of thing. My coaching is my job, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that, and TikTok has been a place that has helped me get to that point. But I noticed that because of that 1 minute like number in my head, I would try to make every single video a minute because I had this just in case mindset, like, well, just in case that one goes viral, like maybe I can make some money off of it. I hope that does not come across as stingy. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys, but what that does is it raises a standard where sometimes my videos, I'll have a really great train of thought and it'll be like 30 seconds long and then I'm like, I can't post that. That's not true. And it makes it a lot more difficult for me to creatively express myself when I put pressure on it. So I'm really trying to relieve that pressure and try to be more flexible and creative in ways that feel good to me and not care so much about what I get from it. Now, I don't mean that with money. I don't mean that with engagement. I just mean with what I think I will receive from a mood perspective with that. Like, I think I'll feel better about that content because it did well. That's not true. The algorithm is very, very random. All of it's very interesting to me. I think there's so much psychology with social media, and I'm so curious the impact it can have on your like dopamine. From a fitness perspective, my goals have shifted a little bit. I am really looking to take my growing season as seriously as I can right now. So I've been serious about it already, but some days, you know, you sleep in late and I'm like, I think I hit a surplus, but I'm not really sure. And I'm really being intentional, y'all, like for real. And I'm sharing this half to keep me accountable because I need it, especially for future goals that I've created that I'm so excited for. They require me to really get serious about putting on some tissue for those things so that I can perform to the best of my ability when those goals come to us, right? And I'll be honest with you guys, it has been a little bit difficult for me to see and feel my body change a little bit. It's been encouraging, you know, to feel your strength go up is awesome. And it's like a high in a way. And I love it. And I focus on that in times where I mentally struggle. But I like to be honest, it is hard. Being lean is dope, but it's not all that you are. Your identity is not what you look like. And I think especially with social media, sometimes when people who say that like your goals or you're who I inspire to look like, it puts weird pressure on it. Really try to separate what that is from like a physical sense. Do you know what I mean? Which is a hard part. This is where it's like very frustrating because fitness, so much of it is aesthetic. There's a weird facade of credibility that comes with appearing in a certain way. And it's so interesting how I notice myself feel a little bit uncomfortable about losing some of my definition because I'm like, oh, maybe people won't take me as seriously or something, which I am recognizing that is a very negative belief that I have, that looking a particular way gets you particular knowledge. That's not true. And I'm just vocalizing this because it's been hard for me to be very, very intentional about a surplus. I've been taking some in-body scans and my weight has been trending upwards, which is good and that's what I want. Seriously, like even if I really don't feel like it, pushing myself, really pushing food, and I'm posting this also to keep myself accountable for growing. Just being honest about the process. It's hard to see your body change, but that's all that it is hard. And at the end of the day, your body's the least interesting thing about you. Okay, it doesn't really matter. My goals are what they are and they require certain steps of me. And I am more than happy to do that no matter what it takes, no matter what, because I care about it. And I don't want to look back on my life and think, wow, I could have been so much more successful if I truly gave it my all. I'm the type of person that if I'm gonna do something, I'm giving it my whole body plus a foot, plus a limb. And if I get to have that attitude about something like gaining weight, that is such a privilege, that is such an honor, and that is so exciting. And I treat everything the same exact way. the excitement that I feel for reaching any other goals, I can feel that about growing as well. It is a little bit uncomfortable, especially as a girl, to intentionally be eating more than everybody else at the table or watch yourself lose some definition, but it's really important for me to experience that also so that I have insight to give to you guys who might be going through similar things, but also to encompass the idea that it's going to change. Fluctuations and changing in different phases are a part of life. Although it does make me a little bit uncomfortable to like really commit and putting on serious size this year. Especially I notice with the time thing, my brain is fragmented into like winter you can grow, but summer you gotta cut. That's not true for me this year. That's not true for me. It's going to be really uncomfortable for me to enter the summer and not be maybe as lean as I would like to. That's just not what my goals have in store for me. Constant game of reminding myself all the time of who I'm doing this for and that I'm doing it for me. And if I have goals that I want to reach, I just need to do the necessary steps and to remove the me part out of it. In a good way though. Like I don't need to have opinions on how I look all the time. All of these habits of nourishing yourself, of resistance training, all of it is to prolong a healthy life. That's the point. It's not to appear a particular aesthetic way. Are there things that will require that of me at some point? Yes. But to really zone out for a second, that's what this is all for. And my goals are mine, and even though I do get nervous about what people will think of, wow, like she's gained a lot of weight, that is projection. That is me having a negative perspective about weight gain. If I fear what people will think about it, that makes it powerful and that makes it sound negative. Growing strength and taking up space in the gym is something that I advocate for. I'm really embracing that this year, and I'm really excited for all that I will learn because I just know that I am going through such a period of change right now in learning to be okay with people not agreeing with it all the time. And it kind of reminds me of the whole people-pleasing dynamic. If you're always trying to please other people, you're a person who's not being pleased. So you're not even following that dynamic to the full degree that you want to, you know what I mean? I hope none of this comes across as in the wrong way. I try to be very careful to not sound like I'm complaining about things that are privileges that I'm incredibly grateful for. One of my goals this year is to be as authentic as I can and to share the process, and this is what my process is right now, is working through the mental aspect of getting where I want to be physically. I just hope to use my experience to help guide you in your own if you similarly struggle with certain things, because the scariest part of, let's just say it's something like it's gaining weight, is when you realize it. After that, that's it. I had a moment the other day before I was showering, when I was like, oh, I've like gained, I noticed it, and that was all that it was an oh. In a moment like that, I remind myself, well, that's what my goal is. And it's like, oh yeah, period. It takes that repetition, and especially I think as a girl, the gym is a place that societally is used to shrink, so to have to shift and unlearn that is hard. It takes practice, but that's what you do is you practice. My goals give me steps. Those steps don't need me to feel a particular way, and that is so liberating. It feels hard sometimes, but overall, it's very liberating, you know? I've noticed so much more negative self-talk this year, and that's so cool to me because since I am noticing it, that proves I'm in a different spot. That proves that I'm growing, because before it was just habit. It was just you're in the negative cycles and you don't realize it because you're identifying with them. I don't know what this is. I'm only able to recognize that because I've grown somewhere else. And my brain, I've realized, is such a dumpster fire, not to be mean to it. These cyclical thoughts that aren't rational. They don't make sense. They're things like, if you don't film this one thing, then no one's gonna like you, or if you talk for too long on this YouTube video without editing it, then people are gonna click off, or if you miss a day of uploads, people aren't gonna like you, or if you make different types of content, then nobody will care and people will hate it. Those things aren't true, and I'm only able to realize how much I was limiting myself because I'm somewhere else. So this is such a season of growing for me and of really embracing myself, and I don't know if it's just like my birthday of turning 22 or the new year inspiring me, but I'm so inspired. I'm so motivated and really surrounding myself by what I want, the goals that I have, and learning, not quite there, but I'm learning how to not feel selfish for taking my power back over my life, because that's what all of us should be doing, is following goals that make you feel good and not doing what other people might want you to do or think you should do, doing what you want to do. Although at times I feel like maybe it won't do the best for other avenues, that's not what this life is about to me. It's about being myself, learning as much as I can alongside myself, and sharing the perspectives that I learned to hopefully encourage other people to take their relationship with themselves just as seriously, because at the end of the day, if I want to really do well, I need to really do well in growing. That's awesome. That is clarity. That is giving me steps to follow. And I'm removing so much stress of things needing to be particular, and it has felt so good. It has felt so good to just live, create because I love it, share because it means so much to me, to interact with you guys and to create a community because I love it. It means so much. And I'm done with things needing to be perfect all the time, with them needing to meet quotas, give the best this. I just want to give me. That sounds like the intro to some like cheesy Netflix film, but you guys mean more to me than I could ever articulate, and I'm so grateful for the community that we have. If you've watched this far, thank you. That means a lot to me. Comment. I was gonna say comment a sweet potato emoji, but then I put that in my thing. So comment your favorite type of cheese to put on for real nachos, and I'll know who stayed, who's a real one for long enough. But it's been such an interesting thing to learn how the human mind navigates something like social media creation and getting attention, and I've been recognized. I've been recognized at the gym maybe 3 times this year by people that know me. That is crazy. Also, sorry if I'm really awkward. I'm trying. I just spit at you. It's just the coolest thing to me, and I'm learning so much about myself and how I navigate success and feeling like I'm deserving of it and embracing that and trying to feel more comfortable taking up space, not even just in a surplus way, but in a creative way, not needing things to be perfect. It's new, but it's exciting. I just thought I would give you a little life update. I have some huge goals. You can probably guess what they are. I don't want to share them quite yet, just because I get nervous. I'm incredibly open, but then I get nervous about sharing things. No, seriously, they're big goals that I want to follow for me. I'll get more specific as they get closer, because as of right now, I'm doing a lot of things solo before I work alongside others, if that makes sense. But I'm taking you guys along with me every step of the way. And here's to a year of doing what you want, identifying limiting self-beliefs and pursuing through them, viewing things objectively, because it's so difficult. It's allowed to be. Things don't owe you ease, okay? But it's always worth it because you realize how you're able to just live, and that's it. And I was even looking out because it snowed. It was so quiet. I was sitting out on my deck this morning, and the serenity of nature and the earth, it was so inspiring to me of how things are just what they are, and how we use our little brains to identify so much meaning with things that don't need meaning. I just feel really confident in my ability to overcome hard shit, the most confident that I have in a very long time. And I'm not saying that I won't struggle with it. I'm posting this half for accountability, you know, as well. I think the more honest that we can be with each other and about what we struggle with, it gives people ways to identify those things in themselves, and also for us all to grow alongside of each other. That means a lot to me. So other little life update goals for you guys. I'm working on getting my passport because I'm going to Europe this year. So excited about that. I don't know where quite yet, but I'm planning that trip. I'm intending on reading and journaling and doing as much introspection as I can on myself to learn the easiest ways that I can help myself, but also to help you guys in sharing perspectives that have helped me overcome. And for a long time, things that I struggle with, I was afraid to vocalize because I thought they were shameful things that I shouldn't share, but I've learned that my struggles qualify me to talk about overcoming them because I've struggled with them, and that's the only way that we can learn is by acknowledging. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what your opinions are about literally everything that I just said. Literally everything. I'm very curious when it comes to content and stuff. I know that you guys don't really care as long as it's something that I wanted to create, and I really wanted to create this, so I think it'll resonate with the right people. You guys get me, and it is so validating, so I really appreciate you. But I love you guys so much. Go make this. Let me know if you make some apple nachos, and I will see you in next week's video. Go get big, for real.